Hello, welcome to Blogging for Business. This is lab number 6 in the 101 section of our 360 series. And it is a really powerful platform. We can't deny that blogging and the blogosphere itself is a really important part of our modern marketing mix. There are more blogs started and created today than there ever has been in history. So just because it's a legacy platform, it doesn't mean it's any less important than it has been in past. What this lab focuses on is not just what goes into creating spectacularly compelling and revenue generating content, but also the process with which we get it done. So, what is the monthly or weekly commitment, the frequency, the pillars and the categories and the content types that are going to make it shine, but also make it happen for you. We look at this in terms of the scale of your business, big or small, and the level of expertise you have as both a blogger and a content creator, or a total newbie, and it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we're trying to build relationships and love and trust and affinity for our brand through this long form content type called blogging, so that we can build this feeling of belonging and affinity and trust for what it is we sell or offer or make or do. So we're first thinking about who we're speaking to. Who is the audience that we're hoping to reach with our blog and really resonate with? And what do we need to convey to them? But more importantly, what do they want to hear? It's not about us jamming our message into their faces just as we try to do on our social post or our e-newsletter. It's about writing blog content directly from their queries and to service the needs of them or their organization when they're looking for ours and what it is we have to offer. We think about this in terms of our entire year. So we're talking constantly here about the 52 weeks ahead. And whether you're going to blog once a month or once a week, it doesn't matter. When we make that commitment, we are looping in and laddering up to our bigger sales and marketing themes month over month and within each quarter. So that, of course, our blog is servicing our revenue goals and our big sales and marketing campaigns. And we're generating content that really kind of loops around and makes it feel like it is a very organic conversation that we're having. It is not knee-jerk, last-minute promotional content because we forgot to work in advance or work backwards from our big sales targets and create content in time. Finally, how do we bring it all to life? And that's where the processes and the platforms and the tools really come into play. So this course is very much rooted in the workbook. Because we're not in the back end of Facebook or LinkedIn, we are utilizing the customized workbook that we've created here. It's the biggest, most robust workbook we've ever created, by the way, with 11 very deep exercises that are going to draw out of you the best laid plans you've ever had or dreamed of having for your blog. Things that start with actually a whole roadmap. So you've got a checklist here of, your goals and your frequency and your content themes and pillars and categories, right down to that process a month in advance, a week in advance, and the roadmap for making it happen. We go deep into identifying who our target audience is and what their deepest desires or dreams or needs might be, big or small, doesn't matter what you're selling. Laying down our goals and our frequency and our commitment so that we don't stray and we make it happen, because consistency is key in the blogging world and in terms of return. Those marketing and sales themes, which may be the same or they may be different. We talk about the editorial calendars of our internal needs and our business and our revenue goals, and the editorial calendar of our users, our audience, the people that we're hoping to serve, and what's on their minds at what time throughout the year. And again, mapping it out, working backwards, and generating really rich, resourceful content as a result. What are our key messages in our business that we've got to weave in, whether they're internal and personal or they're public jump off points for our content? Doesn't matter, but we've got to nail these. And so many of us are starting and just posting and publishing and no idea what it is we actually need to have at the core of our messaging to get across. So these processes of developing the right kind of content strategy and then the process to help bring it to life. Many of us already have content pillars in our business, but we're going to look at them a little bit differently when it comes to blogging. We're actually going to talk about baseline pillars like these ones, or more customized ones that are mapped out for each quarter of the year ahead, and they tie into one of your offerings or your products or services or launches, so that you have an entire quarter dedicated to a very strategic pillar, and then all the beautiful categories and topic ideas that fall within that. So now you've got this kind of like, campaign idea going on with your blog posts that cover each of the 4 quarters ahead, or these 90-day sprints. So fun. Content categories. We go deep into how this makes it rich and so much variety that you can't even handle it, from the how-tos and the did you knows and the interviews and the demos, and whether your blog content is written in bullet format or interview form or long form editorial pieces. Now you're creating the kind of stuff that people can't wait to see what you've done next and to keep coming back for more, because variety and interest is the spice of life and a blog. So we're thinking about these and we're committing to them as we go. We've got a topic generator where we pull these out of ourselves for really compelling posts, and we use these topics as the springboard for our 52 content types and topics throughout the year. And if we have our 4 pillars, we have 13 types in each pillar. We've got 52 posts that we can run with, and we've mapped it out in advance. And then we use our nicer method of content creation, naming, ideation, creation, editing, and reach and return to bring it to life. And spoiler alert, that's the formula. The formula for seamless content creation is both the nicer method that Social School prides itself on and we run with in our content club every month, but also we talk about the keystone content at the top and how a blog is exactly that, long form, rich thought leadership that then spills into e-newsletter content, social content. It practically writes itself. It all starts to take shape really easily because the sound bites and captions that you pull from that weekly blog service you so well in your social content. So we talk about this tier system and how it works its way into our process. And once we find that formula and we commit to it, we're really laughing. The mind mapping of a blog post is another piece of the workbook that we really run with here, and we encourage compelling, tight and bright conciseness. Not something that many of us are good at, but we know that less is more, both in the quality over quantity of our blog content and also the amount of information we're trying to get across in it. 3 to 5 main points, 1 solid call to action, and 1 associated, either overtly or covertly, offering or product that is somewhat affiliated with, that you're leading up to with subsequent blog posts, or just straight up mentioning in that singular post. Download the ebook, subscribe to the e-newsletter, go get the ticket, whatever it is. We are generating actions from our blog posts. It's not this never-ending kind of chain of content that is going nowhere. So outlining our posts really strategically with those core elements, and then calendarizing it in the month in advance. That's, again, part of the nicer content creation method. We work in advance. We're ready to go. We're always having content that's scheduled because that's what makes it happen. And then we can pop in with live engagement or live supplementary social content to keep it real, to keep ourselves as human and accessible as we possibly can. We're going to end the course in Module 5 with the tools. So looking at the top blogging platforms of the day, both internal on certain websites as well as standalone third-party tools. We'll look at search optimization and what's baked into those various tools and how we can really make a post get seen. And that is what's so important, because as the saying goes, if content is not seen or heard, it has zero economic value. So we've got to complete the loop, and we can do that really well. Planning tools that help us map out our blog content. In particular, I'm biased here, but the ultimate blog planning tool it's available in our tool shop, the blog planner. I'm going to walk you through what that entails and why it makes it dead easy to create a repository of blog topic ideas and then write them right there in the spot they're meant to be written, with all sorts of variety and interesting elements to them, categories and series, etc. The publishing tools that you can choose to use or not, everything from paid third-party tools to the built-in schedulers and draft makers in your blogging software. And then, of course, the performance metrics. We're going to look straight at the places in Google Analytics that we all need to have set up. I'm not even going to take you to some third-party blog-only metric tool. No, we're going into Google Analytics, one page. It's going to show you everything you need to know, and it's going to allow you to benchmark your progress and even see, if you really want to nerd out with me, how much revenue, website traffic, conversions, actions that not just your blog as a whole is generating, but every individual post, to know just truly how valuable those 12 or 52 blog topics are for you in the year in advance or the year ahead. So it doesn't have to be 52 topics. If you created 12 in the next 12 months, it's probably 12 more than you've ever done. And we're going to show you how they can really pay off. And not just that, but solve all of your social content needs too, and fill the bucket of your e-newsletter and your people's requests and search queries as you go, both your existing clientele and the prospects that don't yet know you exist. So a really powerful business building tool, and I really hope to see you inside the course, and from there to see your blog shining online.